Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you guys an update on my 180SX build, my business, and pretty much just my life in general. I'm really happy today because you guys are here watching and I am only 100 subscribers away from 1,000. Woo! I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching me and always supporting me, and everyone who, you know, has interacted with my videos, leaving comments and everything. I really appreciate it, and I do my best to reply to you guys as much as possible. So, as a little thank you, I am going to be giving you guys back a little something when I hit 1,000 subs, and I am going to give away a little secret JDM pack. I can't say what's in it yet, but it's a little mystery box for you guys. So yeah. So I haven't really told you guys why I bought the 180SX to begin with. I think I did mention in one of my vlogs 2 years ago that I was looking for a 180SX, but instead I ended up with an Evo because all of the ones that I was looking at were completely destroyed. So I'm just going to insert a little video here of me talking about that. I was looking at so many 180SXs, and I'll be honest with you guys, the prices were ridiculous. For a clean 180SX, they were like 19,000, and I was just like, you know what? If I'm going to be drifting, I don't want a super clean one, but I do want at least a straight one. If I drive it on the road, it's not going to fall apart on me. So I ended up looking at about maybe five or six 180s. Every single one of them were not what I expected. They were thrashed. 2 out of the 4 or 5 that I actually physically went to go see, honestly, 2 of them had motors that were knocking. So something that really drew me to the 180SX is, firstly, it's rear-wheel drive, and I've always wanted a rear-wheel drive drift car since I was about 16. I was kind of speaking to my dad about this orange Skyline that came up. It wasn't registered, and we were kind of discussing it, but then I ended up buying a DC5 base model instead. I also really like the shape of the 180. It kind of almost reminds me a little bit of the NSX shape or the DC2 shape. I'll kind of do a little comparison here. It's got like that cool flip headlight similar to the NSX. I don't know, it's just something about it. I really like the shape. The chassis is nice. It's an appealing car to me. I purchased this from South Australia, and I got it car carried all the way to Sydney, and I'm the first owner of this car in Australia with it being road registered. It came from Japan in 2018. So yeah, so far so good. Once I first received it, I decided to do a service because I wasn't too sure how long it has gone without a service. I ended up changing the diff fluid, power steering fluid, engine oil, and gearbox oil. And I think we just did like basic things like oil filter change and just a general look over the car. So it had really horrible coilovers at that time, so I reverted it back to stock suspension with S14 shocks and Tein springs, which were like slightly lowered for a more comfortable ride, because if you know Sydney is full of potholes. The first problem arose, which was the turbo gasket leak. So the one that goes to the exhaust, which kind of frustrated me because it was in such a weird place. I'm going to insert a snippet here so you guys can see what happened on that night. So thank you to OERG Motorsports for doing that. Really appreciate your work. You helped out heaps, and you got that pegged out in almost 1 night. So for 2 months, it drove with absolutely no problems, which I was extremely happy about. I was like, yay, the car's fixed, and I can drive it peacefully. But as every car enthusiast knows, that never happens. I was literally about to cry. My engine was knocking. And people said that it wasn't knocking. They said it was like these other problems that were easily fixable, but like everyone knew secretly deep down inside it was knocking. But I did buy a drift shell, a black drift shell 180SX. Yep, so I had a white Type X and I had a black base 180SX, which I was going to put this engine that I purchased from a friend of a friend. I was gonna put this in my drift car, but instead I ended up putting it in my Type X to kind of get out of it a little bit more timely and cost effective. If you want to know what had been done to that engine that I bought, I am going to leave a little list in the description if you're interested in knowing what the Type X has in it now. While doing the engine swap, we also decided to swap over from the drift car the 5 stud so I could put the Rega Masters on, which I originally had on my DC2, which I'm slightly sad about, which I'm going to discuss with you in a second. I'm feeling the pain a little bit from the DC2. So about 2 weeks ago, I was getting a little bit frustrated with this car, considering it does have an ongoing list of small problems that are just tedious and it's annoying, and I wanted to give up. So I decided to advertise it on car sales, Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace for pretty much, I would be losing money at that price. I'm not going to say what price I put it up for just in case I do want to sell it in the future. I'm actually kind of happy it didn't sell because I think I would have been pretty upset. So another reason why I wanted to sell the 180SX is because I missed my DC2 build and it was so nice and clean and it had a shave bay, and I miss doing tutorials for you guys. That's another reason, and I'm kind of just lacking that connection with the car, so it's tough. But I found a solution after doing a lot of kind of searching and thinking and speaking to people, my family, my partner. We ended up deciding that it's best if I just keep this car because it is an investment at the end of the day, since these old classic JDM cars are going up in value, especially because it's an import from Japan. And I've decided to save money for a second car. My boyfriend thinks I'm a dork. Go and read you guys the medium-sized list of issues with this Type X. We have a wheel bearing problem, clutch adjustment problem, suspension knock, leak, dent, and a little bit of rust. Now I'm going to discuss with you guys something a little bit more positive, such as the future mods of this vehicle. I need an electronic boost controller. I need some gauges, some coilovers, I'm sitting on the Recaros. I kind of want to add these Recaros inside of the Type X, but my boyfriend's booty's too big. I might do some underglow, like Fast and Furious style 2000s, gonna race me with some NOS feel. But these are just like a few of the future mods that I know that I kind of have to do for myself. The rest is just, I guess, saving for the DC2 or whatever car I am going to own. Which brings me to my next point, my future car plans. Not for the 180, but just in general. So I mentioned that I did want to buy a second car, being a DC2, which I am totally still considering, but I also want a drift car. I'm still hanging to start drifting, but I'm not going to drift this Type X. It's too nice, it's too clean, and yeah, so I'm probably gonna need a banger, something to drive on the road every day, which can get me to the track, do a little wet pan session, kind of just have some fun, and then go home. So I don't know what's going to be next, whether it's a drift car or a DC2, but that is my next 2-year plan, whilst alongside saving for a house, because everybody needs a house. Now for the business updates. I do run Tiana Creative, which is a graphic design business, and I run Unlucky Ones International. If you haven't already checked it out, I will leave all the links in the description below. Everything will be there. Tiana Creative and Unlucky Ones International is now celebrating their 1-year anniversary because they have been open for 1 year. So originally I had my office at ORG Motorsports, but I did end up moving somewhere a little closer to home. It was just a bit more convenient for the drive, It's literally 5-minute drive away from mine, and I will show you guys a little tour of the office as I'm speaking. It's just like, I've got this like little foyer area, and it's got like 2 nice little seats, and I've got my pictures on the walls, so when people walk through there they can see it. There are more people on the same level as me. Since it is upstairs, there's probably about another 4 businesses that operate in different rooms, and through this door, this is my office. So this is my little creative space where I design all of my liveries, and yeah, it's my little computer. This is Betty Klemenko. I met her at Top Gear Festival, and she ended up signing this frame for me, and she is awesome, 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 awesome. She's the first female team owner in V8 Supercars. She owns the Mercedes team. That was my office. Thought I'd show you guys a little bit of where I reside 5 days a week. Outside of all this car stuff, that's where I'll be, and that's where you'll find me. So for all your graphic design needs, hit me up. I'm more than happy to help. I do niche in motorsports as well. That's only been in the last 6 months that I have niched down to liveries and motorsport design, like logos. I still do print media, things like business cards and stuff, but my website, again, is in the description below, so no need to worry about that. Also, where you will find me on October is at World Time Attack, where some of my work will be. I've got a livery that's going to be there and a few other designs, and I will be there, more importantly. So if you're in Sydney, or if you're thinking about coming to Sydney, hop over to World Time Attack Challenge. A little bit more of a life update is I imported this Canadian dude.
Shout out to all my North American homies.
We, as in me and Nick, are going overseas to Canada and America. So I will be in Toronto and Washington and San Francisco. And I'm coming to H-Day. Woo! H-Day, 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 H-Day. I'm still a Honda girl at heart, guys. Recover for life. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this complete update on my life, because I have been too MIA for you guys, and I've been working on the business and it's been horrible. So I'm so glad that you guys are here now watching what has been going on, and you can stay up to date with what I've been doing. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. This car's so I was persistent about it being such a knock. Like, I'm gonna burp. So I had a good run. Then, and I am talking too much. I hate listening to myself this much. But I'm not gonna lie, like, they both have good and bad points. 180SXs have bad points. DC2s have, you know, small bad points. Shh, I didn't say that. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm just like...